Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome once again to NoDQ&A Video, the official Q&A video series for NoDQ.com. Thanks as always for watching. We are coming off Monday Night Raw. The countdown to WWE Night of Champions continues. Got a lot of questions here from spring.me/Aaron Riff, no longer Formspring. So let's get right down to it. First one today comes from Whitson774. Hey Aaron, big fan from the UK here. What did you think of AJ Lee's promo against the Total Divas on Raw? I thought it was a strong promo and would even go as far to say it was a milder version of CM Punk's infamous promo. Please answer in video. Well, it certainly didn't have the impact of CM Punk's promo, but with that being said, when it comes to Diva promos, I thought that it was one of the better ones in recent years for sure. I thought it was a really good idea to help get AJ Lee over with the audience that doesn't care for the Divas division and the people that liked CM Punk's promo, the people that want to have their thoughts expressed but don't have somebody to express those feelings for them. So for AJ Lee to come out there and say that, I think that that will help her, get her more over with those people, the voice of the voiceless kind of thing. And, it does help create more interest in Total Divas and gets more people talking about that. And the one thing is, I didn't think that the reactions from the Divas in the ring were all that convincing. I think that they should have been more serious about it. You had the Bella Twins out there basically laughing and, just overreacting, overacting to the whole thing. So besides that, I thought it was good. It wasn't too long. It was only a couple minutes. She just went out there and, she said what a lot of people were feeling. So, very good promo and definitely the highlight of Raw in my opinion. All right, this one comes from the John Harris. A little more than a year ago, the entire locker room was standing up to Triple H, and now everybody is afraid of him. Come on, WWE. Do you think that this is going to lead to a Vince face turn? And he also said, are we supposed to forget about Big Show's ironclad contract? The short answer is yes, you're supposed to forget about it. I'm not sure if this is WWE thinking people don't remember the whole storyline with Big Show and the ironclad contract, or if it's just the creative team flat out forgetting about it. And I think it's more likely the latter. These writers have to come up with new material every single week, for 2 shows. So it could be easy for them to forget about something that they did a year ago or even 6 months ago. I mean, that's how much TV they're writing. And, it might help to have somebody, working in WWE who can say, hey, you know what? We did a storyline a year ago. This doesn't make any sense. But, sometimes things like this happen. And, Big Show, if you go by the storyline a year ago, he should have been able to go out there and help Daniel Bryan and not have to worry about getting fired. But whatever. And the storyline with Triple H and the whole lack of confidence from the locker room. I mean, that was 2 years ago. So I mean, that was like ancient time, for the creative team. And they could have easily forgotten about something like that and how everybody had the no confidence in Triple H and let him go. But, in 2 years, it might as well be 100 years as far as the creative team is concerned. All right, this one comes from Paul Heyman Guy 18. Hey, Aaron, do you think Daniel Bryan would be as big if he hadn't been fired during the Nexus debut? Yes, from the moment Daniel Bryan was fired, it was pretty clear that WWE was going to hire him back. I mean, the whole reason they fired him was because they got all the heat from when Bryan did the necktie with Justin Roberts. And, WWE was just waiting for that heat to die down. And, I don't think they were ever not going to hire him back. I think the plan was to just let him go because something had to be done because WWE was in some hot water over that. So they had to do something. And then once, the heat died down, they would bring him back. And that's exactly what they did. They brought him back at SummerSlam. And, the fact that they did that angle in Nexus and, Daniel Bryan was a focal point in that. He was yelling at John Cena saying, you are not better than me. I mean, that right there indicates to me that they were going to put him in some kind of feud with John Cena and make him the #2 guy in Nexus next to Wade Barrett. All right, this one comes from B Hinder 1. With Kane being gone to film See No Evil 2, do you see him returning at the Royal Rumble and having one final run and then being inducted into the 2014 Hall of Fame? Well, first of all, I don't think Kane will be gone for that long. I mean, filming a movie like See No Evil 2, I could see him being gone maybe a month or two, but this isn't some high-end production. This is a low-budget horror movie, and the faster they get it filmed, the better for them, the less money it'll cost. So, wouldn't surprise me to see Kane back as early as October, maybe November. Perhaps Survivor Series would be a target date for him coming back. But yeah, I don't think they'll hold him off to the Rumble, especially if John Cena is going to be coming back around the Rumble. It would be best to have Kane come back sooner than that and not have him be overshadowed by Cena. As far as him having one final run, I mean, there's no way to know how many years Glenn Jacobs is going to continue wrestling. I think he'll continue doing it as long as his body holds up, and that could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 5 years. I mean, at this point, there's no indication as to how long he will keep going. All right, next one here comes from Gregory CD1. Hey Aaron, please answer in video. Was TNA better under Vince Russo? I feel Russo's value is underappreciated. He pushed the young talent like AJ, Joe, and Christopher Daniels. Here's the thing about Russo. First of all, I don't think he was good for TNA in terms of being able to build as a company, and long-term Russo was not good for TNA in my opinion. He was continuing to do the Crash TV long after it was effective. But the thing about Vince Russo is, at least when he was around, for me personally, I was entertained by the Impact shows. Yes, they were train wrecks, and there was more bad than good, but at least it was fun to watch. I mean, Russo did come up with all these outlandish ideas, and it's something so bad you can't turn away from it. You have to watch it. The stuff like the electrified cage, and all the pole matches and all that crap, and that coffin match with Sting and Abyss and Relic, all that stuff. Black Rain. It's just Russo. He didn't do anything different that he had already done during the Attitude Era. He was just recreating the same ideas, and I mean that's been the problem overall with TNA, is they're just recycling the same idea over and over again. They keep trying to recreate the NWO, whether it was the Main Event Mafia during Russo's period or now with the Aces and Eights. They're always trying to come up with this major heel faction that's trying to take over the company. So I mean, it doesn't matter if it's Russo or Bruce Pritchard or Eric Bischoff, whoever's in charge. I mean, you have to come up with some new ideas, and you need to create some new stars. And to Russo's credit, he did make an effort to push some of the younger talent, and he would come up with promos for some of the younger talent. So I mean, Russo did have some value, but I think the problem is that he needed a buffer, and when he's the head writer and when he has full control of the product, it's not a good thing. All right, this one comes from Brian0824. Hey Aaron, in your opinion, how good are the chances of Demolition making it to the Hall of Fame? I don't know if they're going to go in. I don't know if that's something that's in the cards. I think, they should go in. They were one of the top tag teams of the 1980s, but people have mixed feelings about Demolition. Some feel that they were just there to be a knockoff of LOD, WWE's version of the Legion of Doom. And, I think there's a better chance that Duke the Dumpster will be inducted into the Hall of Fame because he keeps interrupting my videos. But as far as Demolition goes, I mean, if somebody in WWE in a high position of power feels that they should go in, I think that would increase the chances. But at this point, I really think it's a coin flip. All right, this last one today comes from Chap574. Do you think Ted DiBiase Jr. leaving the WWE is a waste of talent? I definitely feel WWE should have done more with him, and I don't know what happened, why they gave up on him, and why they never gave him a new push or renewed push or whatever. In 2009, when he was with Cody Rhodes, I really felt that he was going to be a big deal. I saw a lot in him. I saw a lot of potential with Ted DiBiase, and I think they ruined him by trying to make him the $1 Million Man Jr. I mean, Ted DiBiase was good when he was his own character, doing his own thing, when they tried to make him like his father, had him come out with the $1 million belt, I think that completely killed him, and that really ruined his character. And when he was paired with Maurice, I mean, they had no chemistry together. And the theme music, don't even get me started on his entrance music. It was terrible. Terrible entrance music. So, I mean, the combination of all of that really hurt him. It would have been nice if they had brought him back and gave him a second chance and repackaged him, but for whatever reason, didn't happen, and he was just floundering on the roster. He was just a guy there, and he actually made the decision himself to just get out. I mean, he was fed up with it, and you can't really blame the guy. So, yeah, definitely a waste. All right, that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQ&AV. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment, and hopefully Duke the Dumpster will stop interrupting my videos in the future. But what can you do? See you guys next time.